YouTube, what's going on, man? It's your boy Benji. We bet balling. Look, I only thought that it was right that we talk about this, and y'all know what I'm talking about right now. This NBA gambling bust has been insane. Who would have thought, bro? The NBA season has started off with a blaze. Obviously, we've seen some sizzling performances from some of the top players, but additionally, we've got some crazy news. So there was a huge gambling bust, and let's read some segments of the article from the New York Times. The sports world was rocked on Thursday by the arrest of Chauncey Billups, head coach of the Portland Trail Blazers, who are in the midst of an NBA season, and other NBA figures in connection with gambling schemes, including rigged illegal poker games run by the MAFIA. The schemes revealed in two federal indictments are the latest gambling scandals tied to college and professional sports. One, related to illegal betting on NBA games using insider information, threatens to cast suspicion over the integrity of the league, which began its new season 2 days ago. Chauncey Billups and others are accused of being involved in what prosecutors said was an illegal poker ring that mafia families used to steal more than $7 million. In the great year of 2025, the mafia is still alive and thriving. 6 people were indicted in the insider betting scheme. Among them were Terry Rozier, an NBA veteran who played the last 2 seasons with the Miami Heat, Damon Jones, who played in the NBA from 1998 to 2009 and was later an assistant coach, 4 of their friends, and then associates were also indicted. Eric Ernest, Mars Fairley, Shane Hennon, and De Niro Laster. These guys were charged with using insider information about injuries and starting lineups in order to make fraudulent bets. Prosecutors say they encouraged others to make fraudulent bets and laundered their winnings in multiple instances between December 2022 and March 2024. Mr. Rozier was also charged with rigging the outcome of a bet. Chauncey Billups just was indicted into the Basketball Hall of Fame and is charged with being a face card, a celebrity former athlete that's used to lure victims into illegal poker games. The poker players were then cheated out of millions with high-tech devices. Wait a minute! According to the basketball indictment, Mr. Jones provided gamblers with inside information that a quote-unquote prominent player for the Lakers would not play in a game against the Milwaukee Bucks on February 9, 2023. Mr. Jones, who was then an unofficial assistant coach for the Lakers, urged the gamblers to bet on the Bucks. The reason I said wait a minute is because, bro, I was at some of these games around this time. And this is the time when LeBron James was supposed to be breaking the record for the most points in the NBA. And I remember I was attending games under the premise or the idea that LeBron James was going to be there. Now, obviously, it could just be a... You know what? He did break the record at the Lakers arena when the potential was there that he could have broke it in other arenas. Wait a minute. But yeah, betting has changed, man. Oh my goodness, because one can place bets on the number of minutes someone might play, how many rebounds a player might get, whether a quarterback will throw a certain number of touchdown passes, or whether a batter will get a certain number of hits. So it's a lot different than just point spreads. Even Adam Silver, who is the NBA commissioner, called on gambling sites to limit the scope of these prop bets, especially for the lower paid players who might be more tempted to engage in such activities. The lowest NBA salary is like $1 million. If you risking your NBA career for some bets, my brother, you're not thinking straight. I mean, there's people out here that ain't got no money and are betting their last dollars into some of these bets. And these dudes are millionaires risking their livelihood on bets. From CNN, they said the Supreme Court has declared bans on sports gambling in 2018, and at least 23 professional players or coaches have been suspended or permanently banned from the leagues for sports betting violations. No, there's even text out. It says prior to the game against Milwaukee Bucks, Jones sent a text to a co-conspirator that read, "Get a big bet on Milwaukee tonight before the information is out." Oh no. They said Rozier allegedly tipped off longtime friend De Niro Laster that he planned to leave the game early due to a supposed injury. He then left the game after 9 minutes, generating tens of thousands of dollars in profits. Defendant Eric Ernest allegedly received and then passed on insider information that several of the Blazers' top players would set out a game against the Bulls. Same thing happened when several of the team's top players of the Magic would sit out a game against the Cavaliers. And a lot of y'all remember when former Raptors player Jontay Porter allegedly told connections that he would prematurely exit the games due to supposed injuries. The NBA Players Union reacted, said the integrity of the game is paramount to NBA players, but so is the presumption of innocence, and both are hindered when the player popularity is misused in order to gain attention. We will ensure our members are protected and afforded their due process rights through a process. Which is very true. At the end of the day, a lot of these guys who are famous, they're going to be used as headlines in order to generate a narrative, right? And allegedly, it's going to get a lot of information or a lot of eyes pointed in that direction, right? And it's very likely that Chauncey Billups and Terry Rozier had no knowledge of what was going on, and they're not directly tied to what went on, even though supposedly they got some text messages. They just the famous people that are tied to the case, and more than likely, there's going to be a lot of names that spell out. Goodness. I just want to, what are you getting into, bro? That you doing these high stakes poker games and everything like that? Like, bro, these dudes are making money, bro. But at the end of the day, y'all see it, and I might see it from another perspective, bro. Sometimes when you get money, that's just the beginning of getting money. And so when you're around more people that got money, you want to be in a situation that as well includes you as a money getter. So sometimes these dudes do things that people around them that get money to get. What do I mean by that? Because that sounds like a lot of tomfoolery. What I'm saying is, you might be coming from a humble beginning, saying that I'm cool with my old car here that's got 200,000 miles on it, gets me from point A to point B. So even though I have this money, I don't need material goods. But if you're around enough people that continually kind of get on your back, come on, man. Get that new Lambo, man. You a millionaire, man. Come on, go get these nice chains. Go get designer clothing. Let's go eat out fancy. You might slowly trek into that territory. So you might start doing things to try to keep up with the Joneses. Fact. Y'all know that Twitter or X is going to be crazy. NBA promoting gambling on every show but don't allow it. The leagues never wanted it, but once lawmakers were able to secure gambling laws for their own benefit, it became easy for them to force leagues to accept it. There's wrong and right. Gambling is legal for normal folk. It's legal for athletes as long as they don't bet on their own sports. Them promoting it has nothing to do with players giving insider information or shaving points. That's all on the players. But yeah, if I'm in a game and I know that I have the potential to miss a shot in order for somebody to get an over and under or make a shot for an over and under, that's insanity to participate in those bets. Oh my gosh. That dude already knew it was a turnover. Good. What y'all think, man? It rigged? No way, dude.
Empty corner two-man game. Rozier with a three. Anderson with a rebound. Rozier relocates for another try.
Oh my gosh.
That was awfully short.
It could have been a bad night, right? Oh my gosh, dude. No, it's not funny, man. I don't want to see these guys indicted on anything like this, man. I don't want to see these guys in jail, but it is crazy to even assume or allege that this would happen. And if you actually participated in this and thought it was like a genius idea, oh my goodness. First of all, dude, the FBI was breaking down the shuffling machines that were allegedly used during the Chauncey Billups poker games. How they get access to this stuff? Why they break it down? They literally read the codes that were saying that certain cards were supposed to be distributed at certain times in these shuffling machines. Insane. All I'm saying is we are in the age of technology, and if you think that you're better to move around as if things are not being recorded and documented,
through rigged shuffling machines, fixing the odds in their favor, as alleged, and as you just heard from the U.S. Attorney's Office.
Former, current NBA players and coaches. What you don't know is that this is an illegal gambling operation and sports rigging operation that spanned the course of years. The FBI led a coordinated takedown across 11 states to arrest over 30 individuals today responsible for this case, which is very much ongoing. Individuals.
I do the best I can and let the chips fall where they may. You know that about me by now.
Oh, no. The reason somebody posted this is they're trying to say that it was ironic that the day before he was arrested, he mentioned letting the chips fall where they may. Now, that's just a saying, but in hindsight, it's kind of crazy. What the F? Terry Rozier had no props listed all day, was never listed on an injury report. His props get listed late, and then he plays the first quarter and is ruled out for the rest of the game. Surely nothing shady is going on here. Uh-oh. He called this in 2023. Chauncey Billups called a timeout to take his two best players. Did he have that with 37 points? After the game with 3 minutes left in a 5-point game and never put them back in. You will never convince me that some of these teams don't blatantly lose on purpose. Oh my gosh, dude. I'm surprised that no referees have been called into this recently. Literally what I just said. All in all, I can only imagine that we're going to get more and more shocking news. But I will say, the NBA season has been off to a really, really hot start, man. We've seen some really awesome performances and some good games. So this could likely be a very good season. But, dude, the news is getting crazy. Yeah, let me know what y'all think in the comments below.